they held a meeting about you today. It wasn't just any meeting, it was a gathering in heaven, a place beyond this world, where everything is alive with light and truth. There are no shadows, no hidden corners, only pure clarity and love. In that sacred space, your name was spoken. Yes, your name. It wasn't said with anger or disappointment. It was spoken with joy, like a song that heaven had been waiting to sing for a long time. This meeting wasn't about pointing out your mistakes or weaknesses. It was about celebrating you because you've kept going. Even when life was heavy, when it felt easier to give up, you didn't. You chose hope when despair was knocking. You chose kindness when bitterness was an easier road. You chose to trust, even when you couldn't see the way forward. Heaven saw all of it. Every step, every tear, every quiet moment when you whispered, "I still believe." And because of that, they gathered. This wasn't a small meeting. It was a holy assembly. Angels who have watched over you since the day you were born were there. Messengers who have guided your path, even when you didn't know they were near, paused their work to join. The great cloud of witnesses are those who have cheered for you from eternity leaned in, eager to hear what was next for you. Archangels stood tall, their presence strong and steady. And the Father himself, the one who created you, smiled. Not a smile of pity, but one of pride and delight. He wasn't looking at your flaws. He was looking at your heart, your courage, your faithfulness. You see, you've reached a turning point. A moment where heaven has decided it's time to change the direction of the winds in your life. You've been waiting, haven't you? Waiting for answers, for breakthroughs, for things to make sense. It's felt like a long, lonely road sometimes. Doors closed when you thought they'd open. People passed you by while you stood still. Prayers seemed to go unanswered, floating into the silence. But those delays weren't heaven saying number. They were heaven saying, not yet. They were part of a divine plan, aligning everything perfectly for this moment. In that heavenly meeting, they didn't just talk about where you've been. They talked about where you're going. They looked at every battle you fought quietly, every time you gave when you had little left to give, every night you cried but still held on to faith. You thought no one noticed. You thought your efforts disappeared into the air. But they didn't. Every act of courage, every choice to keep going, every moment of trust to it all reached the throne of God. Heaven took it seriously. Now, things are moving. Plans are being set in motion. Angels are being sent to arrange what seemed impossible. Connections are coming, a people who will walk into your life carrying pieces of your purpose. These aren't just any people. They're the ones heaven has chosen for you, the ones who will understand you without explanation, who will see your heart before you even speak. They've been searching for you, just as you've been waiting for them. Their dreams have carried glimpses of you. Their paths are leading them to you. When they arrive, it won't feel like chance. It will feel like destiny. Don't be surprised when things start to shift. Doors will open without you forcing them. Favor will follow you like a friend who never leaves. Strangers might treat you like they've known you forever. Opportunities will appear without explanation. This isn't luck. It's heaven's plan unfolding, the result of that sacred meeting where your name was spoken with love. But there's something you need to know. As these new blessings come, some things may need to fall away. Not everyone who was with you in the hard times will stay for the good ones. Some people won't understand the new light in your life. They might question the confidence in your voice or the joy in your step. They're not bad people, but they might not be ready for who you're becoming. That's okay. Don't dim your light to make them comfortable. Keep walking forward. You're not being selfish, you're being obedient to the call heaven has placed on you. What's coming is bigger than just getting back what you lost. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. It's not just about money or success, it's about meaning, purpose, and a life that feels aligned with your soul. The old season, the one filled with pain and questions, is closing. It's not ending with anger or regret, but with a gentle release. The struggles you faced made you stronger. The questions you carried taught you to trust. Now, you're stepping into a new chapter, one that heaven has been preparing for you. Your angel is with you in this. Not leading, not following, but walking beside you. You're strong enough now to hear their guidance, to feel their presence, to trust the quiet nudges in your spirit. You don't need to see everything clearly to know something sacred is coming. It won't look like what the world expects. It won't come with loud announcements or bright lights. But it will feel like peace. It will feel like home. It will feel like everything is finally falling into place. When it arrives, don't hesitate. Don't let fear talk you out of it. Don't let doubt block the way. Just say yes. This moment was planned in rooms you've never seen, decided by voices that only speak truth. It's not about earning it or proving yourself. It's about receiving what heaven has already declared is yours. So, get ready. Clear out the clutter in your heart. Let go of the bitterness that tried to take root. Make space in your mind for hope, for joy, for possibility. The visitors are coming, are divine connections, chosen companions, people who carry keys to doors you thought were locked forever. They're bringing answers to prayers you prayed long ago. And your angel is with you, guiding, protecting, confirming. This is the season of gathering. Everything is coming together, not because you forced it, not because you deserve it, but because you endured. You kept going when it was hard. You trusted when it didn't make sense. And now, heaven's yes is here. Receive it with gratitude. Receive it with openness. Receive it with the quiet confidence that this is your time. The meeting in heaven wasn't just a memento, it was a declaration. It was the start of something new, something holy, something designed just for you. Let's walk through what this means, step by step, so you can understand the depth of what's happening and what's coming next. The heavenly gathering. Imagine a place where light isn't just something you see, it's something you feel. A place where every word spoken carries truth, every sound is a melody, and every moment is filled with love. That's where this meeting happened. It wasn't in a building made of stone or wood. It was in heaven, a realm where everything is alive with God's presence. No darkness, no confusion, just pure, radiant clarity. In that holy space, they spoke your name. Not in a whisper, not in a tone of judgment, but with fire and beauty. Your name was like a song, one that heaven had been waiting to sing. The angels who have watched over you since the day you were born were there. They've seen every moment of your life here, the joys, the sorrows, the times you felt alone. They've stood guard when you didn't even know danger was near. They brought scrolls filled with the story of your life, every detail written down, every choice remembered. The great cloud of witnesses was the two. These are the ones who have gone before you, who have cheered for you from eternity. They leaned in, eager to hear what heaven had planned for you next. Archangels, mighty and strong, stood in honor. Messengers, who travel between heaven and earth, paused their flights to listen. And at the center of it all was the Father, the one who made you, who knows you better than you know yourself. He looked at you and smiled. That smile wasn't because you're perfect. It wasn't because you never stumbled. It was because he sees your heart. He sees the way you kept going when life was hard. He sees the times you chose love over hate, faith over fear, help over despair. He sees the sacrifices you made when no one was watching. And he's proud of you. This meeting wasn't about pointing out what you did wrong. It wasn't about listing your mistakes or failures. It was about celebrating your endurance. You see, life hasn't always been kind to you. There have been moments when it felt like the world was against you. Doors closed when you thought they'd open. People walked away when you needed them most. Prayers seemed to go unanswered, leaving you wondering if God was even listening. But those moments weren't what they seemed. The delays weren't denials. They were part of a divine plan, a careful arrangement to prepare you for what's coming. Heaven wasn't ignoring you, it was aligning everything perfectly. Every closed door was protecting you from something that wasn't meant for you. Every unanswered prayer was making room for something better. Every moment of waiting was building your strength, your faith, your character. In that meeting, they looked at your journey. They saw the battles you fought in silence, the ones no one else knew about. They saw the times you gave when your heart was tired, when you had little left to give. They saw the nights you cried but still said, "God, I trust you." Those moments didn't go unnoticed. They reached the throne of God, and they mattered. The meeting wasn't just about looking back, it was about looking forward. Heaven wasn't just celebrating where you've been, they were planning where you're going. They reviewed your past, yes, but they spent more time talking about your future. They saw the dreams you've carried, the prayers you've prayed, the hopes you've held on to even when they seemed impossible. And they decided it's time. Time for what? Time for the winds to shift. Time for the doors to open. Time for the connections to come. Time for the promises to unfold. This isn't about small blessings or temporary fixes. This is about a transformation, a shift that will change the way you see yourself, the way you live, the way you walk in this world. Heaven has released assignments. Angels are moving, arranging things that seemed impossible. People are being drawn to you, people who carry pieces of your purpose, who hold keys to your next steps. These aren't random encounters. They're divine appointments, planned in that heavenly meeting. These people have been searching for you, even if they don't know it yet. Their dreams have included your face. Their hearts have felt a pull toward you. When you meet them, it will feel like you've known them forever. This is the season of gathering. Not just in heaven, but here on earth. The people who are meant to walk with you are coming. They're the ones who will see your heart, who will understand your spirit, who will help you step into the next chapter of your story. They're not just friends or colleagues, they're divine connections, chosen by heaven to help you fulfill your purpose. Don't be surprised when things start to happen quickly. A door that was locked for years might suddenly open. A stranger might offer you an opportunity that feels too good to be true. Favor will follow you, not because you chased it, but because heaven has declared it's yours. This is the result of that meeting, the fruit of heaven's decision to move on your behalf. But as these blessings come, be prepared for some changes. Not everyone will understand what's happening in your life. Some people who were with you in the hard times might not know how to handle your joy. They might question the new confidence in your voice or the light in your eyes. They're not your enemies, but they might not be ready for who you're becoming. That's okay. Let them go with love. Don't dim your light to make them feel comfortable. Keep moving forward, because this is your time. What's coming isn't just about getting back what you lost. It's about becoming who you were always meant to be. It's not just about money or success, it's about meaning. It's about living a life that feels true to your soul, aligned with your purpose. The old season, the one filled with pain and questions, is closing. It's not ending with anger or regret, but with a gentle release. The struggles you faced made you stronger. The questions you carried taught you to trust. Now, you're stepping into a new chapter, one that heaven has been preparing for you. This new chapter will feel different. It will feel like peace, like belonging, like everything is finally falling into place. You'll notice a change in self, a quiet confidence, a deeper trust, a lighter heart. The heaviness you've carried for so long will start to lift. The questions that used to keep you up at night will start to fade. You'll feel free, not because everything is perfect, but because you know you're exactly where you're meant to be. Your angel is with you in this. They're not leading you or following you, they're walking beside you. You're strong enough now to hear their guidance, to feel their presence, to trust the quiet nudges in your spirit. You don't need to see everything clearly to know something sacred is coming. It won't look like what the world expects. It won't come with loud announcements or bright lights. But it will feel right. It will feel like home. So, what do you do now? Prepare your heart. Clear out the clutter, the bitterness, the doubt, the fear that tried to take root. Make space for hope, for joy, for possibility. Forgive those who hurt you. not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. Let go of the questions that no longer serve you. Trust that the answers are coming, even if you can't see them yet. Get ready for the visitors. They're coming, are divine connections, chosen companions, people who carry keys to doors you thought were locked forever. They're bringing answers to prayers you prayed long ago. They're bringing pieces of your purpose, pieces of your story. When they arrive, don't push them away. Don't let fear tell you it's too good to be true. Say yes. Receive what heaven is sending with gratitude and openness. Your angel is with you, guiding you, protecting you, confirming the way. You don't need to strive or force things to happen. You don't need to prove yourself. All you need to do is trust. Trust that this moment was planned in heaven. Trust that the meeting was real. Trust that the gathering is happening. This is your time. Not because you demanded it. Not because you pushed your way to the front of the line. Not because everything around you suddenly became perfect. This is your time because you endured. Because you survived what others never knew you went through. Because you kept walking even when the road disappeared under your feet. Because you held on to hope when everything screamed at you to give up. You didn't force this moment into existence. You grew into it. You watered it with your tears. You shaped it with your patience. You carried it with quiet faith through nights of silence and days of confusion. This is not a reward, it's a reveal. Heaven always knew this time would come. Heaven was never late, never unsure. Heaven simply waited until your spirit was ready to receive what you once could only imagine. You kept going when it was hard. You prayed when there were no answers. You worshipped in the wilderness. You sowed kindness when you received cruelty. You stayed humble when pride could have spoken louder. You gave when you had little. You forgave when it wasn't fair. And all of heaven noticed. This is your time here, not because of luck or chance, but because of legacy. You carry divine strength in your bones. You carry sacred fire in your voice. You were set apart long before they misunderstood you. Long before they rejected you. Long before they tried to silence you. And now a heaven's yes is here. A yes that cannot be blocked by man. A yes that doesn't depend on approval or applause. A yes that is gentle yet unstoppable, holy yet unshakable. This yes is written in the scrolls of heaven, and sealed by the hand of the Most High. So receive it not with pride, but with gratitude. Not with entitlement, but with awe. Receive it with softness in your heart and calmness in your spirit. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to shout about it. You don't have to explain how you got here. You only have to receive. With open hands. With reverent wonder. With the quiet confidence that comes from knowing this is not luck, this is destiny. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. You were not being punished. You were being positioned. And now, everything hidden is about to be revealed. Everything delayed is about to be released. Everything denied is about to be replaced with something better. purer, and built to last. The meeting has ended. The spiritual council has already decided in your favor. Heaven's verdict is, it is time. The gathering has begun. You will start seeing the people, places, and paths align. Not because you chased them, but because they were assigned to find you. Divine timing is here. Your name has been spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your story is being told by angels who watched you suffer in silence and still choose love. And now your time is now. So much tried to stop you. So much came against you. But none of it succeeded because heaven had the final say. And that final say was not wait. It was go. Go forward. Go with your heart lifted high and your mind stayed on the promises that carried you through. Everything is coming together. Not in the way the world would script it. Not in the way logic would define it. Not with noise and spectacle. But with peace. With clarity. With divine rhythm. You will not have to chase what is yours. You will not have to perform to be seen. You will not have to beg to be chosen. Everything will come together in heaven's order. It will feel like rest. It will feel like joy you didn't have to manufacture. It will feel like answers that come without pressure. It will feel like coming home here, not just to a place, but to yourself. You'll look around and realize, this is what I was waiting for. And more than that, this is what was waiting for me. So walk forward now. Say yes to the doors that are opening. Say yes to the healing. Say yes to the new friendships that carry no hidden agenda. Say yes to the grace that follows you, even when you don't feel worthy. Say yes to the future that your pain could not cancel. Trust the process. Even now, it may feel a little unclear. Even now, you might feel the old fear knocking. But this time, let faith answer the door. You are not walking alone. You never have. Even in your loneliest nights, angels were stationed by your bed. Even in the seasons when no one checked in, heaven was whispering encouragement into your soul. The same God who held you then is walking beside you now. The same angels who caught your tears will now go ahead of you to prepare every step. You don't have to rush. You don't have to shrink. You don't have to apologize for the blessing coming your way. This is your time. Breathe it in. Own it. Not with pride but with peace. Because when God says it's your time, nothing and no one can say otherwise. So rise not just with your body, but with your spirit. Rise from the ashes of disappointment. Rise from the weight of old wounds. Rise from the shadows of what they said you'd never become. Stand tall, even if your knees still remember the trembling. Lift your head, even if your heart is still healing. Because heaven has already whispered your name through the winds, and every unseen angel has taken position to guide your steps forward. Take the next step. Even if it's small. Even if it's shaky. Even if you're afraid that history might repeat itself. This time is different, and not because the road is easy, but because you are no longer the same. You're wiser now. stronger now. You've grown in the silence. You've changed in the waiting. And even if you can't see all the answers yet, take the next step, because the next miracle won't meet you standing still. The next open door is not behind you, it's ahead. You don't need to figure everything out at once. You just need to move in faith, one breath at a time, trusting that the one who called you is already standing in tomorrow, making a way where it seems there is none. He's already touched the heart of the stranger who will bless you. He's already softened the voice of the critic who will one day honor you. He's already placed favor in places you didn't even know existed. So take the step, not because you have all the strength, but because heaven is lending you its strength. Smile from your soul. Not just from your lips. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is possible. Smile, not the smile that hides pain, but the one that celebrates survival. The smile that says, I made it through. The smile that says, I'm still here. Let it rise from deep within, from the well of gratitude that never ran dry, even when life felt bitter. So rise. Take the next step. Smile from your soul. Because this is holy ground now. You are walking into the promise. And heaven is still with you, a broken bar every single step of the way.